All right, good morning, everyone. A short video this morning, or kind of short. Everybody is still talking about Sunday night's football game, and I'm pretty much done with it. Cowboy fans are basically out there just going after each other, which is pretty much normal after the Cowboys lost. Some fans take it way too far overboard, and some fans can't stand to hear a bad thing about the Cowboys, so they just lose it. That's annoying. But we just need to stay right there in the middle with what feels right, you know what I'm saying, and what we feel is right. One thing I do want to say, as a pushback on a lot of stuff that I'm hearing, our Cowboy players are good. They're really good. Saying Dak proved he's normal is far from the truth, in my opinion. On Thursday night, listen to me. On Thursday night, we saw the most talented quarterback of our era lose his running game and lose his number one wide receiver, and it made him as pedestrian as it gets. He could not get the ball into the end zone inside the 3-yard line twice. He had 2 chances to tie that football game, and he never got the ball in the end zone. And this comes from people who put too much emphasis on the quarterback position. Dak also didn't have a running game, and they pretty much took away Cooper and left him pretty much in the same position that Philadelphia left Aaron Rodgers. So you need all aspects of your offense to work for your quarterback to have the ultimate success or whatever. So this is, again, people that put too much emphasis on the quarterback with some sort of crazy belief. If the whole team isn't working, then the quarterback should be good enough to carry a team on his own. That's crazy talk. Zeke, I heard a lot of people talking junk about Zeke, and he's not good. No. If I saw Zeke running into the wrong holes like Trent Richardson, and there's memes all over the internet with a hole over here and Zeke's running in the back of somebody over here, then that would be something else. And also, I didn't dislike DeMarco Murray at all, but we all know that a little trip on his foot would cause him to fall down. We didn't see any of that. We didn't see any weak tackles taking Zeke down when he could have got more yards or whatever. Zeke had nowhere to run the entire night. So I can't say Zeke is bad or Zeke is not any good or things of that sort. And the offensive line. The offensive line has owned teams over and over and over. That's why they got the reputation of being one of the best, if not the best, offensive line in the league. That's why 3 of them actually should own homes in Hawaii, because they're at the Pro Bowl every year. I can't take much away from them as well. And lastly, Amari Cooper. We were 3-5 last year. You saw what Amari Cooper came to this season. I know he leads the league in drop passes. However, he can run every route, and he's the legitimate number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. So the things we have seen, we've seen bad play calling, which I think is not really bad play calling. I think it's bad plays. But we've seen that, all the way back to the Romo era. When we've seen our defensive scheme, especially with this Marinelli scheme, we've seen it get exposed several times. So those are the things that worry me moving forward. Not our players. I still feel like this is the best roster we've had for years. All right, so on to Green Bay. My pregame video will be tomorrow, so I'll try not to get into too much about that game. But just like us, they had a tough loss last week, and it's just as much of a must-win for them as it is us. If they had miraculously pulled off that game versus Philadelphia, I'd have a little more confidence going into playing a 4-0 Green Bay team that didn't look all that scary. But their division is tight. Their division foes are playing well week after week, so they'll have to play their best game. They're gonna bring it all. As far as our injuries, we really need Gallup, and I'll say it again. I think he might be on par with Amari Cooper from what I've seen, and we'll see what happens in the future. But I really like Michael Gallup, and having 2 wide receivers on the outside can really hurt a defense, and the guy that I expect, again, I don't want to get too much into the new game, but I expect Robert Quinn to have a great game. He's been absolutely amazing for us. So that is that about that. And okay, one last thing about the Saints game, and it's something I don't want to say, but I have to say, they cheated. They cheated. I'm glad I'm saying this is the last thing about that football game. Even Des Bryant said they cheated. The Zeke fumble was not a fumble. That 2-second play at the end of the half was utterly ridiculous. How do you take the ball from the center, do your back pedal, wind up, throw the ball, it goes all the way out of bounds, and then hit something, and all that took only 2 seconds? That's utterly crazy. And Zeke, you saw his elbow was clearly on the ball on the ground when they pulled that ball out. Clearly on the ground. So that, and then one of those offensive pass interferences was not offensive pass interference, period. So that is that. They cheated. and two of those plays, the Zeke fumble was game changing, and that 2-second play was game changing too. That should have been the end of the half. They shouldn't have had those extra 3 points, and the end of the game could have been 10-9. And the Zeke fumble, we could have got at least 3 points on that, and the end of the game could have been 13-12. But it's over. On to Green Bay. I'll have my pregame video tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Holla at you. Peace.